Hey everyone, it's Krispy Kreme here. Uh, I'm starting a new sort of thing real quick just to broaden it, sum it up. Basically, I want to do best, worst Pokemon of each generation and whatnot. And for this video, it'll be Gen 1 and the top 10 best Pokemon in my opinion. Obviously, listen to that, my opinion. If you have your own opinions, that's great. Leave them in the comment section if you really want to. But let's get right into it. For number 10, I chose Victory Bell. Victory Bell is a grass poison combo. Obviously, most people would have, if they want a grass poison combo, they would have gone with probably Venusaur in this generation as a starter. I did not like Venusaur, too slow. Victory Bell's not that faster either, so but I did include him on my team when I very first played through Generation 1. And also, Victory Bell was my very first Pokemon card I got, and it was a holographic one, so. Getting into number 9, we have Lapras. Lapras was not my first HM slave. Uh, if an HM slave is a Pokemon where you just throw HMs at them and that's the only reason you have them in your party is for traveling. But uh, I, I did find Lapras was very useful in that sort of realm of things, and also Lapras's defense and special defense stats are incredible, so it's basically a water ice tank. Moving on is Scyther. I never even found a Scyther or caught a Scyther or battled a Scyther, I don't even think, in any of Gen 1. I like Scyther and I threw him in this list because of the TV show. In the TV show, Scyther was just so awesome and so cool. As a little kid, I just thought he was the coolest thing ever, and yeah. Moving on to number 6, or 7, sorry, we have Kabutops. This one also sort of comes from the show, but the game itself too. In the show, Kabutops is they didn't think existed, but then Ash runs into one and many Kabuto, and it's just very cool. It's terribly weak to grass, unfortunately, but in game, I really wanted to get one. I was a stupid kid though and didn't realize you needed the fossil. Moving on to number 6 now is Poliwrath. Poliwrath I just really like because of the water fighting combo. I just found the water fighting combo very easy to work with. I knew what the obvious weaknesses, I knew what its obvious strengths were, and I mean just look at Poliwrath. It's a giant blue thing with a swirl on its belly. It's very plain, it's simplistic, it's not annoying to the eye. I just thought it was a cool Pokemon and I loved him using him. Little cliche, but at number 5 we have Charizard. I did not want to include a starter, but Charizard is easily my favorite starter of all time. He's just so freaking awesome. First Pokemon I ever had to level 100. Main reason I was able to sweep through the Elite Four and the Champion my first try at it. He's he's been my best bud the entire way. I had Charmander all the way up to 50 before I actually evolved it to Charmeleon and Charizard, but I love Charizard. Moving on to number 4, we've got Dragonite. Didn't really want to include him either, just because it's a little cliche. Everybody thinks of Dragonite when they think of Gen 1, but there's no way I can just ignore him. Dragonite was not only incredibly awesome in the game and scary because of the champion having 3 of them, I believe it was, but in the TV show, actually from this episode, Dragonite really shows a lot of personality. It doesn't like to be beaten, shows a lot of temper when he's beaten. He wants to be number 1. Moving on to number 3 is Butterfree, surprisingly. Um, I really wish Butterfree were higher on this list, but I had to move him back because of the first 2. But Butterfree in game was very helpful to me. I didn't realize there were so many stronger Pokemon following the first forest. I thought Butterfree was the most bomb and awesome looking Pokemon at the same time. So I just used them a lot. And then also in the show, Butterfree is the first Pokemon Ash lets go. Number 2, Jolteon. I am typically a major fire type guy. Like, I just love fire types, but When it came to the evolution, because I already had my Charizard, and I already had Poliwrath. I'm not a big Vaporeon fan, honestly, though. I had to go Jolteon. I mean, just look at this thing. It looks like a dog on meth. It's fast. It's strong. It's and its personality. It's just ferocious. He wants to. He's mean. But coming in at number one, big boy Arcanine. I primarily like Arcanine because of two reasons. Or three reasons, I should say. Number one, fire type. Number two, incredibly strong with attack and also speed. And number three, if you wanted a Pokemon to come to real life, would you not want a Growlithe or Arcanine? Like, it's like the best companion you could have. It's the best dog ever. Anyways, that sums up this video. If you have, like I said, you have your own opinions, please leave them down in the comment section below. I'll look at them, and hopefully the next video will either be Gen 2 or the worst in Gen 1.